Today we're going to talk about color temperature. Temperature. Did you know that color has a temperature? A temperature means how hot or how cool something is. And I have two colors on my canvas paper, which is cool and which is hot. This at the top is cool. It's blue. Blues, blue greens, blue purples are on the one side of the color wheel. On the other side of the color wheel are reds, yellows, and oranges, and those are the hot colors. Some can be hotter than others. It depends on how bright and intense and hot they are. But generally the cooler colors go back in the distance and the hotter colors come forward. So color can help you do this optical illusion on your canvas to create space and depth and three-dimensional look for your painting. So I'm starting with a cool color at the top and a warm color at the bottom. And so once you tape your canvas paper down, I want you to paint a cool color at the top and a warm color at the bottom. So you don't need to do it now, just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to take my blues and I'm going to maybe put some duller blues back here in the background. Let's see, I've got a dull blue on my brush, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do kind of a purpley blue back here, way back in the distance. This is going to be a mountain back here. And I might put maybe a little darker blue in the sky because I don't like my sky to be all exactly the same. And usually it is a little darker at the top and then it gets lighter down near the bottom. So I've got a few swishes of a darker color in there. I'm going to go back and get some white and put in a few clouds in here along the edge of that darker blue to cover it up. You know your clouds are bigger up here at the top, and then they get smaller as you come down to the horizon. You get smaller clouds. I'm going to have another mountain that's coming across here. I'm mixing my red and blue together to make a little bit darker purpley color. And I'm going to have a bigger mountain coming in here in front. The darker the color is, the more it comes forward. That's a little almost too dark. And it dries a little even darker. So I'm going to go in and hit it with a little bit lighter color and bring that mountain down in front. But I'm using cool colors back here, and they're dull. They're not real light. I'm even going to put a row of trees back in the distance, and I'm going to use a cool green. Remember, yellow and blue make green. So I'm going to get some yellow and blue. I'm going to even put a touch of red in it because the red will dull it down a little bit. And that will make it not a bright green, because the bright green needs to come in front of all of this. Remember, we're trying to make things look like they're close up and far away. So I've got some dull greens for way back here in the distance, just to cover the bottom of my mountains to make it look like the grass is down here. And I've got some far away things going on down here. But it's still not a bright yellow green, not yet, because I'm saving my bright colors for down here. So I'm going to also have a road. Now, you don't have to do this particular painting. You can make your mountains different. You can make a sky a little bit different. You can make your background different. You can put some darker trees back there or whatever you want to do. But generally, I want you to start with your paper cool and warm. That's the main thing I want you to do. I'm going to put a road coming in here. And my road is pink. Now that is weird. Have you ever seen a pink road? I don't know. I just don't know, but I'm going to show you here. Remember, we're trying to get warmer colors in the front. So I'm gonna try to leave some of that orange and pink down here in the front. And you're going to see in a few minutes what I'm doing. I'm also going to use a lot more yellow with my green. I'm going to try to get some really pretty yellow green. Let's get some white in that yellow green so it shows up a little bit better. Let's see, this pretty yellow green is going to come through here. And then I'm going to put some yellow green on this side and some yellow green here in the front. And you can already see that this is coming forward and that's going back in the distance just by using the color. It's amazing what happens. I'm going to put a darker green in here because it's going to be some shadows coming across this hill right here. But some of that orange is showing through, which is really pretty. And then over here, I'm going to do some darker greens in here and then over in here a little bit. All right, now I'm going to put some trees in. It looks a little bit bare. So I'm going to put a tree here and a tree here. And I'm going to put the darker shadows on this side of the tree so you can see it a little bit better. And maybe a big tree coming up through here. It's closer. Things have to get bigger when they get closer. But where's the light coming from? I think I want that light coming from over here. Now, the one thing that I do not want you to do is, let me see if I can get another brush. Don't put a big sunshine in the corner over here. You don't want to do that, okay? That's the old way of doing things symbolically. When you were little, you used to draw stick people. You remember you did a person like this? We're not doing that anymore. And so don't stick a big sunshine over there. Even though I want the light to come from this direction, I don't want to show it in my painting unless I'm doing a sunset, and then maybe I could show it then. All I want to do is show the light hitting the trees and the grass and the ground and having some really pretty shading and shadowing over here. I'm going to put some darker greens. I'm going to even use a little bit of black because I want this green to be very, very, very dark and to show, because if you don't have the darks in your paintings, then it's hard to see the light. So I'm going to go with even more black and really get some dark values in here. But mainly we're talking about the warm and the cool aspects of color. So let's get some darker colors back in here for this tree. We'll take that sun out and make it part of the tree. And have the tree kind of coming over the road here. All right, I'm going to leave a little bit for the sun to come through here. Put some dark black over here. I'm going to put some sunny leafy colors. That's I guess that's okay. Let's see. We're going to have the sun shining through into some of these leaves that are on the edge over here, so that the sun can really hit these pretty leaves and bring them in front of the darker colors that we're doing. And I'm doing this while it's still a little wet, so it's really not, it's blending a little bit too much, but that's okay. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm getting some warmer leaves in here. I'm going to come in and put in some I've got to make a brown. Oh me. Making brown is all three, red, yellow, and blue. So I'm going to put a big, look at that brown. Isn't that amazing? You can make brown with red, yellow, and blue. All of them together make brown. And I'm going to have these shadows coming down the hill like this, and maybe even across the road. So I'm going to put in maybe another kind of I should have green over there. I'm going to have a shadow coming across the road in here. Remember, the light's coming this way and casting those shadows back here on the hill. So I've got some dark greens and coming across this way. All right, so what I've got for you here is to show you how beautiful it is to get this dark green stuff happening in your tree. Dark and light. Dark comes forward, light goes back. But the cool in the background with this big hunk of red and yellow, even little teeny leaves sticking out right here in front of the cool mountain. It comes forward. All of this at the bottom comes forward, and that gives you the optical illusion of space. So I want you to do half of your paper kind of a dull blue and the other half a beautiful bright orange, and let some of that orange show through. Let some of that blue show through your painting so that you get a painting that looks far away and close up. I'm excited. Have fun.